Hey, what's up everybody? So today on No Guitars Friday, we're not going to talk about guitars again, but what we are going to do is dive a little bit into the tools and stuff that we use to make all this stuff. We did our little shop tour last week, and I've been getting a lot of questions in the Facebook group. We have a Facebook group. There's a link to it below. On Patreon and actually in YouTube comments too, because I kind of went through all that stuff super fast. So, you know, like other YouTube channels would do like a desk tour. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna dive in and show you everything that I use every day. So we are in a motorhome. The air conditioner is right there. It is very loud. And we are in the middle of Corn, Illinois. And it's like 85 degrees and like 89% humidity. So the air is gonna have to stay on because motorhomes actually heat up super fast. So I'm using a lav mic, so hopefully it's a little better, but literally this is the noise that I deal with every day anyway. So you get to deal with it too. Okay, clear guitar. That's all done. Just gotta ship it. Hey, while I'm editing this, let me cut in here and say, if you like guitar stuff, please like this video. It really helps out the channel. I mean, if you like guitar stuff, that's what we do. We do guitar stuff. It really helps out the channel, and it also helps improve your YouTube watching experience because you get less stuff that isn't relevant to what you want. Okay, so what a lot of people don't realize is that I work on a little Bass Pro Shops table, and I just fold it up, okay? And like you saw in the video last week, our wire and our tool bag is there and some other tools, but this is what we're gonna dive into specifically because we get a lot of people asking the little pieces that we use and like the wax pot that we use and like that sort of stuff. Of course, a lot of people ask, why are you even sharing all this stuff? I think I've gotten kicked out of lots of Facebook groups for even like sharing the secrets of pickup making, but I think everybody should know the work and time that goes into their pickups. And I think that everybody should know not how hard it is, but understand what goes into it so that when you are ordering pickups from whoever, whether it's me or anybody else, it doesn't matter who, you know what you're getting. You know what I mean? Or you know what you should be getting anyway. The more you understand about how your guitar is made, I think it makes you a better player. So that's why I don't mind giving away the secrets. Of course, there's stuff I'm not gonna show you. I'll tell you when that is so that you know that I'm showing you everything that you would need to know to make pickups too. We have a lot of viewers who have gotten in the comments and said, hey, I bought a pickup winder. They're in the Facebook group asking questions about, you know, how hot wax should be and all that kind of stuff. So let's dive into some of those things kind of as I do it. This is the pickup winder that I use, and I know that a lot of people may say, oh, those are super expensive. Is there a cheaper way to do it? The Mojo Tone winder was like 550 bucks. I'll leave a link to it in the description on Amazon. It has been an absolute game changer for me because it's so much smoother than the Shatton style that I had before. This thing is amazing. Just the way it turns. The only thing I don't like about it is a little noisy because the bearings in it are a little noisy. That's the winder. Over here we have the Weller 40-watt soldering iron. When I solder just about everything, I solder it on, I use on 3.5. I'll leave a link to this in the description. This is one of the best quote-unquote affordable soldering irons I have ever used. The reason I got this particular soldering iron is because we were using it in our how to solder course on Skillshare, and I figured I will use the same iron that I'm telling people to buy so that the settings would be the same, like when they're taking the class and asking questions and stuff. So we have a Skillshare course that's down there too. I've been using it for like 2 years. I'm wearing it out now, or I'm not wearing it out, but there's things I want different. So I'm about to upgrade this to a Heiko That kind of is a lot of money, but this is what I do for a living, so I'm gonna upgrade. But I'll probably keep this for a backup and for training purposes on stuff. Definitely, if you solder anything, spend the 40 bucks. I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's $40. So it's not even like expensive. That is a fantastic soldering iron. This is Kester 6040 rosin core solder. I do not use 100% lead solder. I think it's stupid. I do not use silver solder. I think that's stupid. Any of these other people say all these things about like, oh, it's more conductive and more tone, blah, blah. It's a bunch of BS. 6040 Kester solder, the bomb. It works well, it lays well, it's easy to solder. Weller on a 3.5, Weller on 3.5, this solder, boom, you're done. And I use, this probably comes from working on cell phones, but I use, what is this diameter? 0.33 inch, 0.033 inch, 0.031. I like this because you don't make a mess. I mean, the feed time's faster, but you don't make a mess like when you're doing these small solders on the bottom of a pickup. If it's really big diameter, you can make more of a mess. So I like that. Wire strippers. We've talked about the wire strippers. These are the dinosaur strippers. That's what Leslie calls them because they look like a dinosaur. They're 12 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave a link to them. They work awesome. You can set the depth at 1/4 inch or whatever. You just put the wire in there and strip it. For single coil, we use Gavet cloth covered wire, so we don't really have to worry about that. And then here's a bunch of pickups that I've made in the last couple days. A bunch of tele pickups. So if you've ordered tele pickups in the last couple weeks, those will be going out probably tomorrow. And then this is the P90 dog ear for my junior. So the video will be coming out on that pretty soon. Okay, more tools. I'm a super fan of the DeWalt driver. I use this for doing things like putting the bobbin bottoms on P90s. I also use it for putting the Philister screws in humbuckers and P90s. I have a flat bit for it, so that's what that's for. 99% of the time, I use this just about every day. This is an engraver. This is literally the cheapest engraver I could find at Harbor Freight, like $8.99 or something. I'll show you what I use it for. People ask all the time how I get my name engraved on top of my pickups. And that $8 engraver is literally how I do it. By hand every time. It's kind of my quality control. At the end, I test everything. I'll show you how we test everything in a minute, but I test everything. And when it tests good, I write my name on it. That's kind of my last. If it doesn't have my name on it, then I haven't quality checked it yet. So that's how I do it. Okay, so here are the meters of Dylan Talks Tone. I have 3 of them. This one is my Fluke 115. This is my kind of workhorse ohm meter, and this is what I reference all of my pickup resistances and stuff to. This particular meter here it has resistance also. It's an ohm meter, but the big thing about it is it has capacitance and inductance. This meter has capacitance, but it doesn't go low enough for pickups. So this one has capacitance and inductance. Those, if you've heard my videos before, you know that those are 2 things that are very important to me. Then this one here is for magnetism. So this is a Tesla/Gauss meter. You can turn the range from Tesla to Gauss, which is basically 2 different ranges of the same measurement. Okay, so let's talk for a second about the 2 cheaper meters. So this one and this one. I've gotten a lot of feedback in the comments where people will say, well, yeah, but this one doesn't check it at the right frequency or whatever. Okay, so I don't care about measurements according to any when you're doing most of these measurements, they are comparative to your own work. Meaning that if I measure the inductance and capacitance and resistance on this pickup, I want to make sure that the next time I make one, and I did grab a different one, that they are the same and consistent across my own brand. Also, when I'm developing pickups for another company, I want to make sure, because I do that a lot, I want to make sure that the measurements I get from one to the next are consistent, so that I have, when I make adjustments in designs, then it all makes sense. These meters are good enough for that. I can make references between my own stuff. Now, do I want to rely on them when I'm measuring stuff or when I'm taking measurements off the internet? Maybe not, but I don't do that. If I'm designing something in-house, I'm designing something in-house, and I am making sure that it's right for what we're doing. And then of course, when it sounds right, it sounds right. So you can be confident that for $100 or whatever, you'll get a reliable gauge reading, for example, on your magnet. There are cheaper ones I've found that don't work as well. As far as gauge meters go, this thing's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's talk small hand tools. So this is a little thing that I think a viewer from Florida made for me and sent to me. I really appreciate it. It's a little tool caddy thing that I love. I use it every day. He showed me a picture of it, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I'd make use of that. And then I find out that this is like my #1 thing. So I put all my tools in here. And so we're gonna go through one by one what these all are, because these are all super important to the, I just need to have these at arm's reach. And these are the thing, this is right here is what makes your workflow easy and like go from one thing to the next without any headaches. Okay, I have a 1/2 inch on a 1/4 inch driver for tightening up pots and output jacks, stuff like that. I have a flat screwdriver that is ground down. This is actually ground down to get into a key-in carburetor pilot screw situation from my former life. But basically, I use this when I am doing final adjustments on pull pieces, because I've got this, see how it's ground perfectly to fit right there. So I've kind of modified a screwdriver to do that. Because if these screws aren't the right fit, you'll end up kind of screwing up the tops of them and they look terrible. So I made a screwdriver for that. This is a tiny Phillips screwdriver for various things like the brass screws on the bottom of a humbucker base plate that hold the base plate to the bobbin. An X-Acto knife for various things like cleaning up the magnet holes when you press your bobbins together. And I've got a pen in here. These are my Cruise Tools side cutters that I use to cut Gavit wire or any kind of wire or capacitor leads or anything like that. I have a paint pen for sometimes, depending on what we're doing, I will write specs or things I need to know on the bottom, like of, you know, pickup flat work, and that's what I use that for. I don't use it very often, but I do. I have this is a Cruise Tools driver from my little set. If you need tools to work on your guitar, this little Cruise Tools Groove Tech tool set is amazing. It's got everything you need in there to do a guitar setup in this little bag. So that's what I use for all my guitar setups and stuff. And there's files in there and fret files. That's a whole nother video, but anyway. I stole this out of it because this is what I use to set, and I just put an Allen key in there to set the width of the traverse on my pickup winder. So when I want to set for the thickness of this pickup versus the thickness of this pickup when I'm winding one, I use this tool to adjust it. And it's always got the same bit on it, and it just sits right in here. The Shatton polarity tester. I know this costs too much money for what it is, but the convenience of it and the ease of it makes it amazing. I have another little cheap, weird screwdriver here that I don't even remember where I got this or what it was originally for, but there are certain times when I need it, so it's there. String winder for other stuff. This is my just normal cheap wire stripper, like easy wire stripper. Needle nose pliers. So the needle nose pliers are for doing things like bending the tabs on your pickup covers for Telecasters. That's almost all I use that for. This is a file that I use to take chrome plating off when I need to solder to chrome plating on pickup covers, because we use nickel, but even nickel sometimes is so hard that it's easier to file it first and get the plating off so that you can solder to it. It's just a lot easier. I think that's everything in here. So the wax pot is very simple. It's just a little crock pot. Now, one of the things you need to know about using a crock pot is they get hot. So use the cheapest, weakest one you can, because you really only got to get to about 140, 50 degrees. There's a lot of stuff that'll get hotter than that, but you'll melt bobbins at like 155. So you don't want to get super hot. Super cheap. Paraffin wax. I'll leave links to what I have. I just bought this on Amazon for literally like $10. It works killer. I can do, 12 sets of humbuckers a day and not even think about it. You know, it's pretty awesome. Of course, when we are not editing, or when we are not doing pickups, we're making videos. And so this is that M1 chip MacBook Air, keyboard, mouse, 24-inch, 27-inch monitor. I use Final Cut Pro for everything because we're Mac people here, and I do have Final Cut or Adobe Premiere too, but I use Final Cut mostly for everything. We shoot everything in 1080p because we live in a motorhome, and I don't want the gnarly data that comes with uploading 4K. And everybody always asks me about my AKG headphones. I'll leave a link to them in the description. They're amazing. They're not expensive, under 150 bucks, and they work really, really well, and that's what I edit with. Let me know in the comments if you want me to get more into, because we have a bunch of gear that we use to shoot, a couple cameras, that sort of stuff. I've done videos on it, but we haven't got really in depth into video production side because people don't seem to be as interested. But if you want to, let me know, because honestly, without YouTube, we would be nothing. So the video stuff is very, very important to me. So let me know if you want to know more about it. We have a backpack full of stuff over here, and then we have a bunch of other gear. And anyway, so wireless microphones, all that kind of stuff, and live streaming stuff, blah, 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 blah. So let me know if you want to know about it. So there you go. There's a little in-depth on how we do stuff. I know last week's thing was just a quick run through and more of a, I don't know. This is a little more in-depth. There will be links to everything in the description of this video. If you use those links, it helps the channel out a little bit. It doesn't cost you anything extra. So we do appreciate it when you use those links. That's awesome. Make sure you check out our video on Thursday. Make sure you check out our video on Fridays, on Mondays, on Tuesdays, all kinds of fun stuff. We got a lot of stuff going, interviews coming up, other creators, lots of cool stuff. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, you can ask it over on Patreon. You can ask it during live videos. That'd be awesome. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time.